I feel shy to talk about our suffering if we compare it with what's happening in Gaza now. I live in a village close to Ramallah. It's about 25 kilometers from Ramallah city. And I'm a little bit fortunate, not like Farid, but I have to go through three gates, three military barriers. So it's not that big suffering like Farid, for example. And it's nothing also comparing with what's happening in Gaza. I can say that now also I'm acting as the head of the village council, because the head of the village council actually has been arrested since the beginning of the war on Gaza. So I was the vice president, and now I became the president of or the head of the village council. And I can just talk a little bit about what we are facing now in the village, inside the village. Because now people are not working, they lost their jobs, so people cannot pay for the service that we provide to them. So now we face problems with garbage. We face problem with many other things in the villages, not only in my village. And of course, it's very dangerous to move from my village to the city and back, because there are two colonies, and I'd like to emphasize that these are not settlements but colonies. What we have in Palestine is colonies, not settlements. Settlement is something nice, you know, when you hear the word settlement and settlers, that people came to a land without people, and they made the land and the place beautiful, and they settled there and so on. But colonizing the place, it means that you took this place from the indigenous people, and you expelled them out of this land, and you built your colony there. This is the difference between settlement and colony. So what we have actually is colonies, not settlements, and we face colonizers in the roads, and it's always dangerous to move from one place to another. I'm actually working as a trainer. I give a lot of training to farmers in many places, many villages and cities. And since the 7th of October, I had no chance to reach any farmer to give some instructions about how to do agroecology, or to give some training on agroecology. But this is, as we said, these things are very, very minor issues. We cannot consider them as big issues. And for example, what's happening now in Jenin area, which is in West Bank, the destruction of the city and the killing of people. Today, 12 people have been killed in Jenin, and the infrastructure, the roads in Jenin have been completely destroyed. But still, in our areas, we don't have this. But farmers, they suffer a lot from not being able to harvest their olive fruits this year in many places. And those who have land behind the apartheid separation wall, they had no permission to go and harvest their olives. And just imagine that those farmers, they actually wait a whole year to harvest their olives, because they depend on olive oil, because when they harvest and they sell their olive oil, they can construct a house or educate their children or so on. And then all of a sudden they cannot harvest their olives. So yeah, this is part of our suffering in West Bank.